sometimes I wonder, like, who are they talking about? But as I look around, I see my family, my friends, my colleagues, and comrades in this struggle is really amazing to me, and I'm overjoyed that you guys decided to spend some of your precious moments with me in this sacred space. Now, I say it's sacred space not because the space itself. I mean, this is a fine establishment here at Chavis. And as my mother said, I played baseball here. It looked a whole lot different back then. But it's sacred because it's full of love and hope. And you guys are here with me. And you heard the conversation of other speakers about what we're facing and this collaboration between me and the Green Party and how all that came to be. And the struggle, as Josh pointed out, that we're on today. So I'm grateful that you're here, and I want to talk to you as we press on in this beautifully righteous mission that we have before us today. Now, to be on a beautifully righteous mission is not an easy task. It's not the easy way out. It's not hot fun in the summertime. Yet, it is very necessary. We're not talking about pie in the sky. We're talking about joining hands and hearts in a never-ending struggle for justice. And we do this out of love. Love for our families and communities, love for humanity, and love for God. Because of this love, we cannot quit, even though we're facing nearly impossible odds due to nearly insurmountable opposition. But because of this love and this beautiful mission that we're on, we don't lie to people with tricky wordplay and sleight of hand deceptions. On this beautifully righteous mission, we don't take money from greedy capitalist regimes to become a mouthpiece for the corporate puppet masters, sticking their hands all the way up your woo woo woo.
Come on now.
We don't view flesh and blood people as data points and statistics.
Yes, sir.
We may not produce the slickest, sexiest, up-to-date websites and commercials that those who have millions in their campaign war chest and can shell out hundreds of thousands to political campaign consultants to conjure up their schemes. But what we do have is a heart for the people, not a thirst for power. On this beautifully righteous mission, we are working class individuals who take care of our families, then sacrifice more of our precious time in this earnest endeavor. Our methods may not be polished, and our clothing might not be pressed and dapper, but we are honest, and our works are full of love, hope, and belief. Belief that we deserve better than a standard politician in this corrupt duopoly lording over us currently. Do you believe that we can raise the standard to match what we deserve, not settle for scraps? I believe we still can, or I would not be here standing before you. I don't believe in wasting your time or mine. Life is too short. Life is too fragile. Life is too precious. Now, maybe by me admitting that I'm driven by love and hope will make me a sucky politician. Maybe my hope that we can save our planet so that our future generations will have breathable air and water free of forever chemicals makes me a dreamer. Maybe my desire to witness workers getting their fair share with respectful, livable wages makes me naive. Perhaps my thinking that we don't need military bases around the world to enforce global imperialism, colonialism, and the murderous regimes around the world, especially now in Palestine, using our tax dollars, is me being a fool. Maybe my belief that healthcare is a human right, not just access to healthcare, which is a tactic used by many polished politicians. like the current representative of this district, but universal, single payer, free at the point of use, your human right, health care. Maybe my believing that is an illusion. The only way our current healthcare system, or cash cow system as my brother explained to me, makes any sense is as if it is seen through the lens of purely wicked greed. When it is examined through the magnifying glass of hope, love, and justice, it is clearly seen as the shambolic pile of steaming greed that it really is. Those of us on this beautifully righteous mission, like me, believe we can do better, that we deserve better. Maybe I am all of those things, a sucky politician, a fool and a dreamer, and naive. But that's far greater than being a great politician who is a liar, a deceiver, and a lover of money and power. Let me get this straight. Some say we can't afford single-payer health care. We can't afford livable wages for workers. We can't afford to invest in our schools. But we can afford $7 billion aircraft carriers. And we can afford to have military bases around the world. And we can afford to give billions to another country to fight a proxy war in Europe. And we can afford to give billions to another country every year to support apartheid and murders and racist regimes. Now, even though Congress voted last year saying that Israel is not a racist state, every one of your representatives from North Carolina voted for that resolution. That was the lie. They supported the lie. A report by Amnesty International, well before this year, said, and they did a thorough expose saying that Israel is an apartheid state. And you know, when I went to find that article on Amnesty USA, I couldn't find it for some reason. I had to make sure I went to Amnesty International. That was the truth. Let's stand for truth and for justice. Now, when it comes to the military-industrial complex, I can bury you under a mountain of stats explaining how much money we spend on the military. I can give you a cavalcade of links to make my point, but you can just as easily find the information yourself, because everybody Googles, right? Then maybe you would draw the same conclusion as me. We need to dismantle the empire. Vivian, a friend of mine, said, war is not green. It does not help us sustain the planet we live on. And I agree with her, and I support efforts to work with countries to find solutions to economic inequalities, ecological disasters, and injustice inflicted on marginalized people around the globe. Not force other countries to bow to our will under the threat of blowing your brains out or bombing them back to the Stone Age. We're talking about living, breathing people. Is talking like that godly? Is that divine? This is not a video game. If we destroy the world, we can't hit restart. Let's do the right thing and end the war machine.